Hey guys, what's going on? This is Zero and welcome to the Pixelite server. Today we are back in the Super Chunk and we are adding a very essential package to this beautiful entity. Now you may look behind me and you say, hey, there's another portal there. When you do that, Zero? Well, I just did it prior to this episode just to see if I could in fact connect a new portal to the Nether. I can't. I just can't. But the reason I wanted to do that is I wanted to get our iron farm up into our super chunk, and it turns out that that nether portal doesn't connect, so we're going to do things the old-fashioned way. Now the iron farm is not the only thing I want up here. Primarily I want the villagers. I want to set up a trading hall. I'd like to set up a automated farm for carrots, beetroot, or other materials that only villagers can farm, and I would also like to have, well, the iron farm up here as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to build ourselves a huge elevator all the way up here. We're going to use a ton of waste blocks, some signs, and some waters, because I really do not have any other way or method of getting these guys up here. It's going to be a long process, so I'm going to do that off camera. I'll show you how it's all going to start out. So let's head on over here to our glass chest. I'm just going to do the first layer in glass, just so you guys can see what's going on. And I'm going to need some water, and I'm going to need some signs. Do I have any wood? Do I have signs? I have item frames. I don't think that'll work though. Let's pretty sure I got some wood over here. Let's grab some wood and make it a stick. Oh. And we'll make ourselves a sign. Alright, perfect. We'll make 3 signs. That's good. I'm not worried about the sticks, we got plenty of them. Ooh, we are running short on the fireworks. That's alright, I'll come back up here in just a moment. So I'm gonna head down here to the outer perimeter of the iron farm, and what we'll do here is I'll go nearest to the chunk. In fact, you know what, we may just build our elevator right over there, right up the side of this, and I will just force the villagers out. So let's see, we'll go right here, and I'm gonna grab some cobblestone, and this is gonna probably break the farm for a little while, simply because we're giving the golems an area to spawn upon, which is no big deal. We're gonna get this thing all moved up there. This is a big process because this iron farm is very important to me, but it needs to be done. And right on over. Alright, cool. So the next thing we'll do is we'll start building this up. I'm gonna give ourselves a little platform to work with, and that should be good. Alright, so like I said, first thing is gonna be on glass, and we're gonna just like so, and like so. And it's gonna be a 3x3 area. If anybody who's familiar with the elevator, water elevators, you know exactly what we're doing here. And do I have more glass? I know this looks like a big mess here, and it is. It will be a big mess, but this is what we're gonna do to get these guys up here, just so you can see that everything's, it's not always pretty here. And oh, you know what? We may have to, yeah, we're gonna have to build a separate layer at the bottom, just to go ahead and get this started. So I don't know if I've just completely lost it or what, but I cannot for the life of me remember how this works. I even went as far as going to my creator world and looked at what I did. I said, wow, that's not what I remember doing. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is go ahead and place a piston here, and yeah, I'm just going to manually push the villagers up into the elevator. Alright, we have got ourselves a working water elevator. Halfway through this, I kind of realized that there might be an easier way to do this using a flying machine and a minecart, but that's in the past. Let's move on. So now that I've got this water elevator established, I'm going to now bring a couple of villagers up at a time. And at first, I like to start out with the this is going to be our pseudo village up at the top. It's just going to be basically that little platform up there surrounded with some doors, and I'm going to plop a villager on a minecart, which I will stair step up to, like so. And I've got a whole bunch of powered rails and pretty much a whole shocker box full of powered rails. So we're going to go ahead and use that to get these first initial villager up here, and then we'll fill the cell down here, and I will get into the build here in just a minute. He just seems like he needs a little bit of a helping hand. You know what I mean? Just there you go. Alright. Hit switch. Should force him up. Okay, there's our buddy. Let's see if we can just hop on out here. Easy. Easy. Alright, looks like I might need a helping hand. Oh, I'm here to help. Come on. There he is. Oh, no. Should shoot him right on up. Right into the holding cell. Perfect. Alright. This actually worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to do. So I'm going to actually use my fist to break these because the last thing I need is a haste 2 effect to happen, and well, we lose our villager. Okay. So that's this is actually perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and seal this up, and we're going to start bringing some more villagers up here. I'm going to create a separate holding cell below him, and we're going to start piling them in. The most important one we need right now is the farmer, so he can get started farming the crops. And I'm going to do some holding cells down beneath here with some tripwires, and I will show you guys my idea here in just a moment. What I'm thinking is, in my creative world, I developed a couple different ideas on how to do a automated breeding facility that would automatically allocate my villagers to where I wanted them. And with this method, we will implement some tripwires. Sorry, there, it's a little bit of a brain fart. So some tripwires will be placed here and here, and then these will be inverted pistons, so they'll be constantly extended. Once a baby villager, which will path into here, hit the tripwires, the pistons will retract and drop down, and it'll go into a little water area with some packed ice, and that will direct our babies elsewhere. And this will be all sealed in. But before I even activate it, I want to have it shut off so I can in fact have the villagers reproduce for a while. Okay, so here's the basic concept that I have. Pretty simple. I'm going to go ahead and throw my rockets on here just in case. So I basically threw an inverted torch in the back of this tripwire, and I'm going to set it up on the opposite side too, so we only need to do this pattern twice. And what will happen is the baby villagers will come into this alcove. I'm just going to leave this block here just so I can show you. And they'll go ahead and step here. Oh, that's interesting. Can't step there, can they? They'll step here, and then they will drop down. And then this is where we'll set up our packed ice chambers to flow them back through to where we want them to go. And that's pretty much it. And I'm going to go ahead and set this up for the rest of the corners, and I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, now just go ahead and add a little bit of carrot action in here. Again, courtesy of our iron farm. Now, I feel like this is a little bit counterproductive because I'm going to be dropping villagers in on this, so it might ruin some of the soil. We'll have to come back and plant it. But I feel, you know, part of progression-wise, this is what we gotta do. And this really bothers me. This is off-center. You know what? We won't see it very often, so we'll just pretend it doesn't exist. And we're gonna go grab some more waste blocks. Never forget the importance of waste blocks. Very important. Very, very important. Get in. Yes. Alright, so he'll be hanging out over there. There shouldn't be any spawning issues. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a torch down just in case if I have any. Oh, I don't have any. Alright, we better get him up there fast. And up he goes. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, and it should be one in. That one should be coming up relatively soon. Let's double check here. Make sure he's in. Gotta get him out of that minecart so he can start doing his job. So these villagers do need a little bit of coaxing to get out of here. So if you're trying to do this yourself, getting these villagers up elevators, just don't get too frustrated. It does take some time. They are not the most cooperative or brightest. Oh, no. Get back in there. And guys, it is already happening. There is love in the air. Mission complete. We gotta disable these though. We have to disable these. Oh, if we disable them, it's gonna. No. Okay. Here's what we'll do. We will put blocks in there for now. I'm panicking here. We're gonna start losing baby villagers. Oh, the humanity. No. Oh God. Alright, so I've got this little area set up already. Looking good. Basically it drops into these two areas. We could link those together at some point. It's not necessary right now though. I wanted to get just set up so we can start pulling the little villagers out of there. And I'm going to go ahead and look up here, and we seem to be amassing a pretty good amount of villagers at this point. It's only been about 45 minutes, and they seem to be running around pretty well. We got a bunch of little guys doing their thing. These guys are all eating and being happy. I don't know, whatever villagers do. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to knock out the bottom portions here where we basically took the tripwire out because of the little scare. And I'm going to put the tripwire back in. But I'm going to go ahead and let this run for just a little bit while longer and let these guys continue to do their thing. And once we got a few more in here, then I will go ahead and set the tripwires. So we got everybody set up. We have our tripwires, the holding cells down below. And now it's just a matter of time. I don't believe any mobs can spawn on slime blocks, so that's a good thing. So we're just waiting for one of these guys to make some more babies, and the babies will path into our tripwires, and they should fall down into that area. So I'm kind of just AFK for a little bit, hang out, wait for it to happen, and try to catch the magic on camera. Okay, we have ourselves a little guy. However, there's a little issue here with our little guy, is that it seems to be walking over the tripwire where it attaches. That could be a little bit of a problem in terms of productivity, but I think that he will path over a workable area in due time. I don't know if it'll allow him to grow though. What if he stays in there the whole time? That's interesting. I'll have to look into that. But for the most part, I'm pretty sure he will path over eventually into the string. Alright, that was a little on the scary side. He took a little damage from something. I'm not sure why he was triggering the tripwire on his way down. Is it maybe it's too low? You know what, that's what it is. The tripwire needs to be moved. But he survived. He survived, so that's important. Alright, so many moons later, Minecraft moons that is, not real life. This actually just took me a few hours to do, but I went ahead and reassembled the iron farm. Got that set up down there, hoppered into our mob farm, so the drops should go through there. Bit of an issue with it though. I think it's interfering with our current pseudo village. So once I get the villagers, when I'm done with them, then we will disable that pseudo village and we will have iron going pretty well. There's our iron farm down there is still actually functioning, and I pulled quite a few villagers out of there already. I've also pulled a lot of the carrots out of there to keep the population to a minimum. Well, actually, also to help grow this up here. So the next thing I want to do is set up our trading area. So this is kind of like our little trading hall. Again, I know this was intended for storage, and it will be. But I think it'd be beneficial for us and more efficient if we had like the primary trading ingredients over here. And I think that we'll have this loop around. So the sorting system will loop back around here. And it will go over top here, and I'll set up a separate set of filters to basically drop items into the chest that we can just trade with these guys at any given time. That way you don't have to run back and forth. You can just open this chest, trade in here, get your emeralds or whatever you want. And the rest of the items that aren't going to be traded, we'll pull them over here, and then this area will be for whatever other items we're going to be using in our farm. But yeah, so that's my plan right now. Now, next thing we need to do is, obviously, it requires a little bit more AFK because we need more villagers, and we need to start filtering out which ones we want to trade with and which ones we want to just send off to the iron farm. And I don't know if there's any correlation between the amount of villagers you have and the rate you get iron golems. I'm pretty sure there's not, but it doesn't hurt to try. So I'm going to go ahead and continue AFKing, working here, doing little cosmetic stuff here and there. And basically just waiting to get more villagers cycled through here and check their trades. Well, I didn't know if anybody knew this, but your endermites will not attack villagers. Interesting. Just kind of interesting. Alright, so after a good deal of AFK, I even made myself a little fish farm and let this sit overnight, just to give you an idea of how long this has been sitting here. We have this block of villagers, so I'm gonna break this open and we're gonna start checking the trades. And I don't know, this is gonna be a big mess. Maybe we'll start with this one over here. This one doesn't look as intimidating. Alright, come on out. I'm guessing there's a lot of butchers and toolsmiths and weaponsmiths here that I don't know if we necessarily need. Yep, that's no good. So for farmers, we're looking for the low end of the trade. So 19 is just one high. We want 18. For let's see, is this armors? Armors, I believe it's 16 for the coal, so that's no good. But this also doesn't guarantee that they'll have a great trade to end on if they even have the low end trade. Ooh. I don't like that. Alright. So anyway. Let's okay, these guys are going. Yeah, these guys are really no use to us. We'll probably send them down the street. And by that I mean to the iron farm. We'll go pick this water up. And they'll hang out there. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop this open. And we'll take a look at these guys. And these guys are, it's overflowing in there. So librarian, that's a 35. I think what we want is a 24. I don't know if it is affected, if it affects the specific type of book they sell or trade. Butcher, I believe we already have. Let's see if we can get some of these more guys to come out of here. And the Fletcher. I don't think the Fletcher really offers anything that we can use. We're really more interested in getting the librarian, toolsmith, cleric, because primarily this idea is to get more emeralds to get into the enchanted books. So yeah, these aren't really going to help us too much, but we'll go ahead and take these librarians out of here, and I'll push the rest of these guys into the iron farm. Whoa, little guy. Whoa. So, bit of an issue. We have a bit of an overpopulation up here, and I'm trying to manually open the trapdoors, or the fallout doors, to get some of these guys to push themselves out, which it's worked out so far. There's actually a librarian here that's pretty good, so we got him out of there, and I'm just kind of hoping, edge some of these other ones out of here. We don't want to lose the farmer. There's quite a few farmers in here as it is, but as long as we, oh, come on, you go there you go. Alright, so a bit of a progress update before we wrap today's episode up. I have gotten a handful of villagers out of there, and I've disposed of humanely. They're hanging out there on the iron farm now. In fact, we may have to go. Oh yeah, oh, it's bad down there. But yeah, I've gone ahead and I've sorted out a few of these villagers. They're moderately to very good trades. I had a Fletcher here that seemed to have disappeared. But this is going to work for now. I'm going to continue doing some more AFKing. I know it's really boring. I'm going to continue some more of that AFKing and get some more villagers to spawn in here so we can get some better trades. I went ahead and expanded this a little bit more. I think we're actually going to make this whole section into a trading section once we've gotten all of our villagers out and sorted through. But for the most part, I think it looks pretty cool. I know it's really compact and a bit of a mess right now. I might change out this netherrack. Down from below it looks pretty cool, but up top it's just a dirty looking block. Not a fan. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you did, like if you really enjoyed it and you said, man, I really couldn't get enough of that zero and I want to come back for more, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you like really liked it, like you want to hang out, be friends, make sure you hit that bell in the subscribe box, and it will give you a notification every time I upload something. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.